Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Monday yesterday. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. It is day D for instrumentals. It's day 6. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now go ahead and take a seat. I'm so happy to see you guys here in school. Every single day you come into school, you give me hope for the future. I see the kindness in you. I see all of the helpful hands and the encouraging words that come out of your mouth. It really does give me a lot of hope about what the future can look like. We've got 3 expectations here at the school. You know what they are. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as towards others. Make sure you give that respect to your teachers. And I think by now you know that your teachers deserve that respect as human beings, as people who care about you, who worry about you at night, who spend hours and hours over the weekend and into the evening preparing lesson plans and grading your work. Give them the respect of honoring their work and get your work done. That's one of the best ways you can give them respect. Give respect to this building. When you are in the bathroom and you see trash, respect our building by picking up the trash. It doesn't even have to be yours. John Beck is a friendly school and we've got to keep it up. I hope that you guys will join me in continuing to build this great legacy of respectful kids. Number 2, show that you are responsible. Show that you're responsible for your hands and your feet, the words that come out of your mouth. Those words that come out of your mouth, not only do I think they need to be kind and compassionate and encouraging, but I hope that if you say and promise you'll do something, that you will follow up with it, that you will keep your promises. And if not, certainly show and prove that you're going to work towards that. Number 3, show that you are ready to be the best version of yourself, to feed the best wolf to represent you. And perhaps that wolf goes by the name of T-Flex. Make sure your mind is relaxed. You know, yesterday there was a 4th grade boy who was really upset about something in STEM, something wasn't working, and took a moment to step outside to talk to his teacher. The teacher offered an opportunity to help his mind, relax, get away from the rock brain by taking a walk. And yet this boy thought, you know what, I'm going to go back into class instead. I'm going to give the teacher and my classmates that respect. Try to relax my mind while being in class. And he did a wonderful job responding. If he knows who he is, just know you did a great job right there. Very, very courageous. It is February and it is Black History Month. I want to continue to talk about Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens was actually born down in the Deep South in a segregated town in Alabama. He was born in 1913 and his family ended up moving up north to Ohio in search of better jobs. So they moved to Cleveland, and that's really where Jesse Owens kind of got his start. His name is actually James, middle initial C, Owens. He would go by the initials JC. So when his teacher up in Ohio asked him his name, he had this southern Alabama drawl. It sounded to the teacher that instead of saying his name was JC, it sounded like Jesse. Well, that name stuck. So Jesse actually wasn't the name given to Jesse Owens. It was given to him by accident from a teacher, and it stuck. Jesse Owens went to school up in Ohio, and by the time he was in high school, he had proven to be quite the athlete. Unfortunately, he was also poor, so he worked outside of school, and luckily he had a very caring coach who said, look, after school, I know you have to work, so I will count your practices if you come in early in the morning and do your practice. And that's exactly what he did. Jesse Owens really made a name for himself as an athlete and eventually was accepted to be a track athlete at the Ohio State University. Jesse Owens getting his start, getting national and international notoriety at Ohio State. He actually broke many records, won a lot of gold medals as a collegiate athlete. His nickname was the Buckeye Bullet. Ohio State was the Buckeyes. That was their mascot, and the bullet just seemed to suggest that he was pretty fast. People got to know who he was around the country. And so by 1936, or in the lead up to it, people started floating his name out there as a candidate to be on the United States Olympics team. What was interesting is that it was going to be held in Berlin in Germany. Germany's leader at the time was Adolf Hitler, and he was actually elected to power. But he was elected to power because he played on people's fears. He basically said if you weren't German, you didn't look white, you didn't have blonde hair, so on and so forth, that you were evil. And he really pinned a lot of the things that were going bad in their country on people who were Jewish. Years later, we will find out that Adolf Hitler did some terrible, terrible, horrific things. But this is early on. Adolf Hitler was really excited to host the Olympics because his goal was to prove that white people would outdo anybody else. He wanted the Olympics at Berlin to showcase that if you were anyone else whose skin color was different than being white or Caucasian, you just weren't going to live up to the amazing white athletes that Germany was going to put forward. So anyways, Jesse Owens had quite a decision to make because here he was automatically going to be seen as the bad guy when he showed up in Germany. Now, we'll continue the story of the Olympics going into tomorrow, but I am out of time. I do want to talk about a couple other things. Number one, make sure that if you want to donate to our Ronald McDonald Supplies Drive, that you guys do that. That is running all throughout the rest of this week. And then the other part too is that today and on Friday, your class has been scheduled to join a class with people from an organization called ARC. What they are here to do is to share with you what it means to be kind and how do we go past our differences, particularly with regards to people with different disabilities. I hope you give them that respect because it is a really important message. The presenters really believe in this, and I asked them to come join us because I believe our school can be even more kind, even more compassionate, and even more respectful, responsible, and ready. That's all I've got for you. I love you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. Go spread that message to everybody else. I can't wait to see you guys around. Have an awesome day. And as always, I like you just the way you are.